on another episode of Caps and Conversations, ready for you to go live. But Facebook is not ready for us to go live, except for right now.
Facebook
Fantastical.
is, yeah, Facebook is, on a lag all the time. But
On lag. What's
yeah,
going on, everybody?
don't don't
Welcome aboard.
don't piss off Mark,
Is he still there?
Mr. Zuckerberg,
Mr. Meta. Mr.
Mr.
Meta.
Meta himself.
Have you meta, Mark?
I've met a few Marks, but they not like, well, they not like them, or I should say, they not like him.
Yeah. Well, we are going to be kicking it live today. So, Captain Conversations here, Bob G here with you, your web design strategist, and Lord Lamont
Yes, yes,
Brathwaite.
yes. I come from the Irish land of guinea pigs and beavers, you know, and
Guinea pigs
the
and
way
beavers.
the way we track metrics over there is chop down trees, make dams and stuff, but it has to be the proportionate length to make sure it withstand time. I don't even know if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Hold on, let me turn on my mic. Make sure. Oh, I didn't have it on the right settings. Oh, go figure.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Go for, go figure.
well, while we're sitting here waiting on Mr. Brock to come in, we can shoot the breeze and talk about some current events of what's happening in the world today. There's a lot going on in the world today. And guess what? I
What?
slept through most of it.
But are you feeling better, though? Are you feeling a little bit better at least?
Well, I still got the little, you know, cough out my way. Well, the cough is going to linger for weeks. And it's one of those, if I breathe heavy, I start coughing. So I'm like treading softly, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that helps. But when I was with the guys tonight practicing, that cold air got in me, and I was like, yeah, I might need to call off next time. But I'm a man of my word. I was there with all 14 of my guys because everybody else said, it was too cold to come out. And I was like, hey, man, it's not supposed to be like that.
Well, how many guys
But,
do you normally have on the field when you're practicing?
well, let me put it to you this way. Germany football is something different. First of all, they don't have the training that we had in the states. Where we would train twice a day, or you know come to training for like 4 or 5 hours, something like that. We got 2 hours of practice on 2 days a week, and I have not yet seen the whole team yet.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's
crazy. and
crazy.
and the deadline is hitting us pretty much close now because we got 4 weeks before our first game.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Right now
Are you
on
guys going
call
to
we
be
got
disqualified for not having like enough players?
no, you only need 22, you know. But we got
Yeah, but
45. We got a 45-man roster. I haven't seen them all yet. So,
not looking good, man. A
but
couple injuries and then you guys are
but
scarred.
yeah, well, then I'll dust off the old arm and get back in the saddle again for a couple of games or two.
No way, you?
Yeah, of course.
You better play QB. You gotta keep those bones in check, man.
That's the worst spot to play in at my age. One hit.
So hold on a second. Are you saying that the offensive line is not that great?
Well, let's just say we got it's a rookie team, so standing behind them is not what I want to do.
That sucks. I thought
Yeah,
that
well,
like you would have like your 2 cents to like have them create the pocket for you. That way you
yeah,
can
well, I came in as a QB coach, and up to 4 weeks ago, I've been named offensive coordinator, and I know why they gave it to me now.
Oh wow,
So if anything go
wow.
wrong, it's like, hey, it's your fault.
Yeah. Oh man. So what's up,
Yeah.
man? So what are the current events that are like piquing your interest?
I don't know. Still in the global warming. Still
Global
scared of that.
warming.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cold on your side of town, but it's warm over here. I don't understand that.
What?
That's scary.
Okay.
Well, you live in Florida. Y'all don't have winter anyway, so
No, it was cold for like 30 seconds and then, it's summer again.
you know what? I don't like you for that. You know,
What can I
I'm over
say,
here
man?
and
Like it was the coldest it's been this winter for us has been maybe like 40 degrees. And that was just like overnight stuff, so no sun, very breezy, to be expected, but like it lasted again, it was like maybe, tops it was like a week.
yeah.
And like summer came stupid early this year. Like 2 weeks ago, no, not even longer. It's like 3 weeks we've been like chilling in the 80s,
Hmm.
and then like 3 or 4 days ago it dipped down like to a frigid 67 degrees.
Yeah, which
And
is
then
crazy.
when the sun comes out, it's back to like 80 something degrees for us. So it's whatever. I guess that's why everybody wants to come and live over here.
Yeah. Jay, thanks for tuning in. Um, we had a special guest lined up, but he's having computer problems on his end. He's still trying to get in, but I don't know. He's having technical issues. So we're going to entertain the crowd tonight. What's on your mind? We're
Yeah,
just
where do you
shooting the
see
breeze until he gets here, but
where do you see Jay at?
she's on YouTube. Not that Jay.
Oh, well, of course, there's more than one Jay in the world. I understand
Yeah.
that.
We will call her Miss Williams. How you
Oh
doing out
yeah,
there tonight? Yeah.
yeah, man.
And
Find out some stuff.
there's actually there's two more people watching, but I don't see their name. I guess it might be me. Not sure.
Yeah, me and you.
But let me tune in their YouTube and see what. So it's a lonely number.
Hey,
Let me
two's
look
not
and
that
see who
lonely
we
a
got
number.
on YouTube. Yeah, well, it's more than one, but it's still lonely.
We got each other, baby.
So
So
let's
here's
see.
the skinny, right? So I don't know if this made headlines where you're at, but there was a plane crash, more or less crash landing in Toronto, in Canada, the great land of Canada, where it landed like on its wheels, but like took a very violent bounce and ended up upside down. It was a Delta airline,
Oh, that was
and
real?
yeah, that was real.
I thought that was a commercial.
No, man, we
Because
weren't
there was
watching
a
a.
guy, if this is the same one, because there was a guy with a cell phone that hopped out and was like, I just came out of this plane. I thought that was fake.
Yeah, no, man, that was hella real,
For real,
and
for real. Oh
for real, for
wow.
real. So it was so real, and this is the part that like really like trips me up, is that it was so real that nobody died. I think it was 80 passengers
Wow.
that the thing was carrying. It was a Delta flight, and so a couple of weeks later, right?
Hmm.
Um, the follow up to that story is that Delta is paying out like $30,000 per passenger
For real?
for that happening. Yeah, yeah.
I better start
It was
booking some
like
flights.
my I don't know. I don't know about that. It's like at that point, right? This is where like the whole lawyer bit comes in. It's like at that point, what does a life cost? Like what's the number that you put on that? Because that is like highly, you know, like high potential of death. Like that could have been super fatal for everybody. At that point, you can't pay anything out because there's nobody there to receive anything. Essentially, right? I guess you go into like the whole
Family.
family bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, so what, you lived, so now the value of your life is diminished, it's
Okay.
decreased.
Okay. When you talk about value of life, there's in Kuwait. Let me tell you about the value of life over there. They don't value life too much, and I hope I'm not pissing anybody off because you, as a Kuwaiti person, I can, let's just say, unalive somebody, and I just pay them, 20,000. I'll be fine. But that only works if you're a true natural born Kuwaiti. You know,
Well, what's the reason behind that?
well, there's no such thing as murder over there.
Shut the front
Not
door.
a, not if you're a Kuwaiti. You know what I mean? If you're a natural born, all just blood born Kuwaiti, you can do whatever you want in your country.
Hold on a second. So that's the land of Saddam Hussein, right? Kuwait,
Yeah. No, that's Iraq.
Saudi Arabia.
No, Iraq.
Okay, so whatever. Kuwait.
Yeah.
You're saying that there's no law against murder.
No,
Like
not if you're a Kuwaiti. So
one
let's just
Kuwaiti
say
man
I
can go up
go.
to another Kuwaiti man and just like off him right there in the middle of the street.
You'll never see Kuwaiti on Kuwaiti, but you'll see Kuwaiti against everybody else. I mean, oh, uh, Jay said she tried going to the link, but it did not connect for some reason. So
So
let's
it's a
see what's going
Riverside
on.
thing.
Hmm.
Oh wow, Shannon's here.
Hey, Shannon,
Like
how you
in
doing?
Riverside.
Yeah, in Riverside. What link did you use, Miss Williams? Yeah, I think these crashes are planned too because it's too many. There's too many at happening right now. I've never seen so many
Oh
planes go down. So
yeah, no, that's for sure, for sure. But this whole hold on, man, one topic at a time. Like we're bouncing all over
oh
the
yeah,
place.
yeah,
So let's
yeah.
go. Let's go
But
back to the Kuwaiti thing. So if I take my American ass over there, I
yep,
can get
you have
offed
no
by
rules.
Kuwait. But okay, so do rules apply? Like if I were to off somebody over there,
Rules only applies to foreigners.
that is so jacked up. They take like the whole um, what's it call it? There's a word for it. Not insubordination. Sequestering? No. Extraction, right? They take the whole extraction thing to a whole other level. Like, if you're from another country and you commit a crime in another country and you go back to your country, like they
Nah,
won't
you
let
won't
another
get
government come and
extradite,
pick
but
you
if you
up.
get caught,
Yeah.
okay, like let's just say I do some. I've seen a lot of stuff over there. Well, for one reason, we had a lot of. It was only contractors over there that was working for the U.S. government, and they tell us point blank, don't get in trouble over here because your government is not going to help you, which they won't. So every day or every week the paper comes out, there's always an American, and this is what they do. I don't know what makes people want to sell drugs over there, but if you're making six figures, I'm not trying to sell no kind of drugs at all. So what they do,
Mm.
they put you in the paper, kneel you down, and put all your drugs and money and guns, whatever they caught you with out there, and then it's like it is what it is. You here with us now.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was one instance where um, you you're not allowed to mess with their women, period. Especially if she's like new to being with a man. I don't know how to reword that. And if you do, you're gonna die. Excuse my language. I'll edit this out later. But but anyway, so there was an instance that I can recall. There was a guy that I knew. Let's just call him John, and he was dating a Kuwaiti girl, and the family didn't like it. Sent their brothers over there, killed the American, and all they had to pay was like 25,000. Done.
That's
Period.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
but you have to abide by these people's rules when you go to different countries. That's why I like going to different countries, but you got to respect the culture for what it
Yeah.
is. Because if not, Singapore is even worse. I would never go to
Exactly. I
Singapore.
was just about to bring that up. Like
I,
I helped my wife with like a paper a couple years ago, and it was basically about like the different rules and laws that govern each, different place in the world. And Singapore was one of those. Like I was just mind blown when I found out that, you can get like lashes in public square for like just spitting on the sidewalk.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like, are we still in those times, or like what's the reasoning behind that? But that's where you'll
Well,
find that it's the cleanest place in the whole world.
how you say different strokes for different folks, and if you don't
Yeah.
like those strokes, then you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't
Very,
want those
very
problems.
true.
Let me see if I can enter this link down here. So in the chat, I put on Facebook, I put a chat for anyone who wants to join us in the audience. And if you have some expertise of anything, please, we can actually bring you up on stage. Don't leave us here alone.
Yeah, right.
So, with the 7 people that we have watching, what's going on in your world? This is open mic night. We had a guest that was supposed to come in, but he's having technical difficulties. We can't get him in for some reason. I'm not sure why, but
Yeah, Shannon says that there's an issue apparently with the link. She had to use a link from January 25th
yeah.
from Caps and Convos in order to come in here as an audience guest, as an audience
Hmm.
member. Sorry. But it's pretty insane that, like different countries have things like so differently as to what we're accustomed to.
Yeah, but this is the land of the free. But everybody has different rules and different religions and stuff you got to abide by. And if you go over there thinking that whatever you do here in America is going to be the same abroad, I'm here to give you that abrupt stop and tell you don't do it, because if you think it's wrong, it's probably wrong.
Yeah. 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 But then again, like they say that like common sense just isn't so common. And imagine,
No, it's
like
not.
there have been people that have broken the law in, countries abroad, and they had to pay the price. They had to pay the
Yeah.
price.
Okay. Oh, the most recent was Brittany Griner. You know, when she went to Russia and she had 2 vape cartridges in her luggage. She's been over there locked up in Russia for quite a long time before they let her go. And if it wasn't for her status, she probably would have stayed over there. So
Oh no
our government,
way.
our government, our government came to grips and let one of the Soviet operatives go in exchange. And I was like, you know, to save a life, it was worth it, but we let one of the worst people go, you know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So if you want to like touch back to the flight thing, it is insane, right? When
Yes, it is.
you look
Very.
at, like modern technology, supposedly, right?
Hmm.
That's having the one that I saw today was pretty freaking crazy. This plane was coming in for a landing, and there was like a private
Hmm.
jet that was like in the runway, and if it wasn't
Hmm.
for the pilot of that commercial air flight to like kind of like just come touch down for a second and then like take off again, they would have collided
Yeah.
right there on the runway.
Okay.
Absolutely
Now,
nuts.
now this begs to differ. We got air traffic controllers. Where are they? Are they part of the people that walked out on their jobs too with this all this government mess going on? Y'all got.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That was absolutely crazy to learn about that, because it's like, okay, yes, they're air traffic control, but I mean, like, it's happening right there where they can see it. Like, how do
Yeah,
you
but
miss something like that?
look, I've seen some pretty messed up things in my day. I've seen planes just fly around in a circle because it's not their time to land, and then you know depends on how much traffic they got on the runway, they can't land. So I'm like, are these people just saying, the hell with it or what? I mean, all these planes going down, I think I'm safer in the train, but I've never seen a train ride on water before. So
Have you ever seen have you ever seen the amount of planes that are in the sky at any given moment?
too many.
Too many. Like I saw that and I was like blown away. I had no idea our sky was so big.
Yeah, but you got to think about it like this: everybody operates on a different depth. So I'm used to saying, for the longest, I was thinking, okay, a plane can only go up to 30,000 feet.
Hmm.
You know, I was wrong.
Okay.
They can go up to 45. So what it is, if it's like a long run, like if you're going from New York to LA, they
Hmm.
will fly at those heights because that's untouched airspace. The longer the flight, the higher you are.
Yes.
If
Yes.
it's like a 1 hour flight, this is why we can see planes in the air, you know, when they flying by. Because if it's a short commute, then they don't have to go up as high. So it's regulated by, zones, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 15,000, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, because I'm not an air traffic controller, I'm thinking this is how they regulate the space. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
knows?
Like not only speeds but altitudes. Yeah.
I mean, it's what else is going on in the world today? Because like I said, I try to sleep through everything last couple of days because I wasn't feeling good. It's nothing going on really in Germany. Tell you that. Yeah, this is the land of the free, but still got to abide by the rules.
So what are the major differences that you found from living in stateside to living in Germany?
Well, the crime is. I want to say the crime is not as much because, like I said before on another podcast, we don't really have guns like that over here.
Hmm.
So there'll be more stabbings than anything else, but you can get away with a stab. But the craziest thing I
Like
I
the
seen,
laws aren't as crazy with like stabbing crimes versus like
I
gun crimes
mean,
back in the US.
okay, if I stab somebody in the states, I'll go to jail for attempted murder, depending on how great the stab wound was.
Hmm.
Here, I can stab somebody a couple times, go to jail, and I will get a sentence. Let's say I'll get a 3 year sentence. But in that 3 year sentence, I would have to I can get out during the day, go work a normal job, and then I will have to go back to jail and lock myself up for the night.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
it's crazy. I
So
mean,
okay, this is a stupid question, but it's gonna be a question nonetheless. You get out for let's say 8 hours to go work.
yeah, yeah.
Do those 8 hours count towards or against your sentence time?
No, no, you're gonna do your 3 years regardless. You know what I mean? But
But
just
I'm saying
know,
though, is that are those 8 hours in one day counted against you, or are they counted
no, that count as a regular locked
as
up
time
day. You
served?
only allowed,
Okay,
yeah, you're
okay,
only allowed to
all
go to
right, that's
work.
cool.
You know what I
That's
mean?
cool.
And then it's none of that lollygagging where you just get out and then you're like, yo, what's up? Let's go do something. Let's go shoot some ball. Let's go do some drugs. Nah, nah, bro. You get out, you go to work, come back, lock yourself up, and be like that. I'm like, wow, that's a bed and breakfast for real.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that's crazy. I can't believe it. Oh man, like I know
Yeah,
that
but this like,
the whole thing with the different laws of different countries and stuff. Like we were doing that paper that I was telling you about was mainly on gun laws.
yeah,
Because I know that like in England, it's the same way. Like not
hmm,
even police officers carry weapons. Like you have to
yeah,
be special like forces or whatever in
yeah,
order for
yeah.
you to carry a weapon like legally
They will blow
and
that
everything
whistle
is
in your
like
ear though. You'll be deaf for a little while.
and beat you up with that.
Guess
What is
what?
it? The Billy Club or the nightstick?
Oh yeah, and that's the thing around here. This is why the cops in the states, they are with tasers and guns, and they'll use those first. The cops here, I've seen a fight in a club. I went to the club one time. No lie, two guys just duking it out. The bouncers didn't even want to get involved, so they called the cops.
Uh
Cops
huh.
came in, took their clubs out, and it's not one of those batons where you just hit somebody and just be done with it. It's one of those vibrating uh, kind of nightsticks. So when it hits you, it's like it hitting you 50 times off of one hit.
Oh
I was like, hey,
wow.
bro, I seen that. I was like, I never want to get in trouble in Germany.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
you never have to worry about me fighting the cops at all.
That is nuts. That sounds like painful as all AF. Because, geez. Okay, so you want to know what happened last week here in the
Yeah,
beautiful city of Miami?
yeah.
These these cops, I want to say they pulled somebody over. No, they didn't pull somebody over. They had a reason to stop somebody that was walking the street. So
Mhm.
this one cop confronts that person, right? And then another cop sees that cop and determines that she needs help. So he runs over to help her out and whatever and stuff because there's like a little scuffle. And
Mhm.
then she ends up shooting the cop that came to help because she's trying to help, subdue the suspect with her gun in her hand. Like, does this make sense to you? Like this, like trying to subdue the suspect like this, and then a bullet goes off and hits the freaking other cop that was trying to help her out. So now that cop is suing the cop that shot him. Hilarious, hilarious.
Bruh, bruh. I'm never coming back to the States, yo.
Yeah,
when y'all
it's
when y'all got stuff like this going on, I'm never coming
it's
back.
pretty nuts. It is pretty
Promise you, I'm gonna
nuts.
stay around. So, um, we got 5 people in the audience here on Facebook. What's going on your side of town? Since we had, like I said, we had a special guest, but he's having computer problems, so we probably have to reschedule him for another time. So we just winging it right now. We didn't have anything on the back burner. So
No,
we're
no,
gonna
we didn't.
we're gonna do a live Q&A with y'all. Anything you want to ask us, please ask us, and we're gonna try to get you all squared away. Anybody?
Yeah, man.
Anybody? Anybody?
Anybody out there with the burning desire question? Look, our guest today is actually his name is Brock Dottie. I want to put it out there anyway. And one of the main reasons that we wanted to bring him on is because he's about to branch off and start his own podcast.
Yeah.
And there was like something that just really like spoke to us about that because if anything, we want to be part of a community that helps out each other, and especially since he's going to be starting off in the podcasting world.
Hmm.
It's a huge step. It's a huge step for anybody who wants to get out there and be in an entrepreneurial space.
Hmm.
um, but there are also like thousands and thousands of people who do the whole podcasting bit just because they love talking into a mic and interacting with people. They're not necessarily doing it for a monetary gain. And from my understanding, that is exactly what Brock is all about. His
Hmm.
podcast is called The Stories That Shape Us, and I invite you guys to please do check it out. He will be going live with his first episode, I think, on Saturday, the first.
Saturday coming. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm really excited to see what that is going to be all about. He's going to be on what's that Apple service for podcasts?
Well, you can Apple Podcast.
Okay, he's going to be on that, Spotify, and a few other channels like YouTube, and I know he plans to go live on Facebook as well. But yeah, so please do check it out. Again, that's the stories that shape us. And let us know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments on our page, and let us know if you recommend that for anybody else. Um, I'm really, really looking forward to it to see what it's all about.
I am too, because I like to see, I don't want to say it's the fruits of our labor, but we started something that probably can potentially help thousands of other people that wanted to start, didn't know how to start, or simply just scared to start. Now, when we put ours together, we talked about it for the longest, but we joked about it at first. Oh, we should do a podcast. Let's do it. 3 months, 4 months down the road, here we are setting up again and said, you know what? When are we going to start? Hey, this week. How about now? You know, and here we are, 2 seasons in. Was this would have been the 15th episode? So you know, I'm glad we couldn't get him on tonight because I wanted to, you know, share with him or let him, have his little breakout moment, so to speak. I was looking forward to that,
Well, that's
and
cool, because we'll have him on definitely after the first episode,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then we can see how it all went. If he had like anything like as far as advice goes to anybody that wants to like start off in that, and and see where he's at, because this is just like super exciting to be part of somebody who's like right there, like live. It's almost as in real time that you
yeah,
get to witness this, and this is where it becomes like super amazing. Because like we've seen people that they go quiet for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden they come out of the woodwork and they've got this
yeah, yeah.
thing that they started, and it's like, amazing. But we're watching it live and witnessing it live with Brock, and I'm just super looking forward to it. I can't wait to
Well,
see.
he just sent me a text said he got it to work on his phone, so he's going to jump in. I told him if it's just for a couple of minutes, just jump on in so
Oh, for
we
sure,
can acclimate him
absolutely.
a little bit and see what's
Yeah,
going on.
that'd be
I
great.
think that's still awesome. We can still salvage the day, pretty much. And
Yeah, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, just to see where
yeah,
he's at
yeah,
with his process. I really want to learn more about like what his podcast is going to be about, and I hope that he'll share some of those nuggets with us. At least keep us curious to what's coming
yeah.
up.
Athena said, but that's okay because maybe it was supposed to happen as it's happening. And you know what? I'm not against that because maybe it was. You just never know.
You never know.
I mean, I've never been one to talk about astrology, but sometimes these stars need to line up right.
The planets were lined up a couple weeks ago.
Hey, you
You
know
see
what?
that?
If I'm going to get one of those high test telescopes so I can see Mars because they say Mars is sometimes closest to Earth on these days. I was so out of it one day back in my drinking days. I was like, "Hey man, that's Mars right there," because they was talking about it on the news,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "That's it. That's Mars." I looked like a plumb idiot, man. It was the moon, but this
Oh
this this
man, vulnerability
this
at its finest.
this is exactly why I don't drink no more. So you know, making a fool out of myself. Come on, Brock. Come on, get in here. Get in here. Use that
Let me
phone.
see. All right, look. So check this out. There's an app called Star Tracker, and it's so freaking cool.
Is it
So
accurate
cool.
though?
It is
Because I
so
had one of those
accurate.
too.
It's so accurate. You
Accurate.
just it is so accurate. You just download it, put it in whatever, and then just start moving around with your phone, man, and you
Yeah,
can
I'm not.
see
I'm
everything.
not. I'm not about to do that tonight because then I'll be up all night. What does this mean?
What do you mean?
And
What
then
does
it's
this
gonna.
mean?
Yeah, I need to know what it means. I don't want to just look at a star and I don't need to know the constellation. I need to know,
Yeah, no, it,
what
it
it
maps
points
it out
to.
for you. It maps it out
You
for
know
you.
what?
If you
The
point
only
to
thing I
Orion's belt, that thing will tell you, look, this is Orion's belt.
Okay, the only closest I got to that was watching Transformers when, you know, they had the three kings would line up the doorway and blah blah blah. I was like, what three kings? What? I see a star. I don't know nothing about no three kings.
Hey
See,
man,
that's how ignorant I am.
you gotta go back in time. You gotta go back to Men in Black.
Don't get me started, man. The night is young.
Men in Black was where it was at. That's where I learned about Orion's belt.
Oh, come on, Brock. Come on.
I
Come on.
know.
I know you can do it. I know you can do it.
I know. He says I got it, but I don't know. I don't see him there.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me find out he got an Android.
Oh wow. Look at what Shannon's saying. The 28th is supposed to be a parade of planets where you can see five from Earth at the same time. That is gonna be brilliant.
See,
Hey Shannon, do you need a telescope to see that, or is it gonna be like
yeah, you can't see it with the naked eye
what are you talking about? Of course you can.
because it's probably just going to look like a bright shining star.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm into that stuff, but I got a telescope on hand, but it's not like one of the best ones. My kids bought me a telescope because I was fascinated with the stars,
Oh,
and
that's
yet all I
sweet.
yeah, yet all I seen was the moon. Kind of
That's
upset.
it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to focus on, man.
Well, you're gonna only be able to focus on the moon, I think, because that's good. That's like the closest object to us in space.
We got Mars. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen some. I've been on TikTok, and planets don't twinkle like stars. Well, everything is twinkling out there. Okay, I got one. I got one question. I got one question. So, when you look at twinkling stars, do you see any shades of red or green in it, or is it just me? That's for Shannon. Oh, for real?
Oh
Jay
wow,
said they all lined up. The planets aligned was just this week, and she watched them for 3 meditation sessions at 2 a.m. See,
that's awesome.
I'm so late on time, and I thought I knew everything. I'm not a guru anymore. Take that off
Oh,
of me.
you know what? Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You know why?
What?
I think it's because we're live. Brock said he's in the
What you
waiting
mean?
room.
In the waiting room? I
Yeah,
don't see him.
I don't see him either. Well, if you guys got like 2 minutes, we're gonna log off and see if we can bring this guy right back in.
Everybody's gonna leave after that.
Yeah, I think we should save it for another time down the line.
But we could do a dry run. It just won't be live, and we'll record it and then put it back out
For sure. For sure.
if
All right,
that's what we
guys.
want to do.
From Caps and Conversations, thank you all for joining us and being part of this. It's been like really, really special to have like more of the audience involved. Super, super like this is for you guys. Hats off to all of you guys in the audience. Thank you so much. Really
Man,
appreciate
wait,
that.
wait, because I'm mad now because we had a good
Why are you mad?
following because we had people actually here.
All good things, man. But you know, all good things will continue. We have a show still on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're gonna be on with another guest. And okay, yeah, let me not say that. We are
It's
gonna
the
be
Android.
on.
It's the Android.
We're
Telling
gonna
you,
be
Jay,
on.
it's the Android. Mm-mm.
We're gonna be on.
Apple.
Hopefully. Oh, what do you mean? He's a Mac guy, isn't he? I think he's a Mac guy.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Anyways, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will see you all on Saturday, the 1st. Thank you all, and we hope to see you then, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, she's saying, hey, stop it about Android. No Apple. No Apple. Take care, everybody.
All right. I'm gonna make some coffee. If